Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Saltat for the recitation of the Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. طه ما أنزلنا عليك القرآن لتشقى إلا تذكرة لمن يخشى تنزيلا ممن خلق الأرض والسماوات العلى الرحمن على العرش استوى له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وما بينهما وما تحت الثرى وإن تجهر بالقول فإنه يعلم السر وأخفى الله لا إله إلا هو له الأسماء الحسنى وهل أتاك حديث موسى إذ رأى نارا فقال لأهلهم كثوا إني آنست نارا لعلي آتيكم منها بقبس أو أجد على النار هدى فلما أتاها نودي يا موسى إني أنا ربك فاخلع نعليك إنك بالوادي المقدس طوى صدق الله العظيم. I've been speaking to you about my past experience, about my journey, where I started, where I am now. So I'll start right from the very beginning. So I was brought up in a little village called Haslingden near Blackburn. So I grew up. That's where my father was imam over there as well. So I used to do my nursery over there, and I went to a primary school, normal primary school. And then by the time I was in year 6, then I wanted to do gifts. So I started off at Londonbury, where So we also taught Muslim teachers as well, and a lot of our scholars do teach to today. And where I've been told that a lot of you do want to progress from goals. This is my life through Albury, about where my life started off, where my journey started off, and how I got to where I am today. So year 7 I started in Albury, and that's when I started my secondary education. So year 7, year 8, year 9, year 10, and then year 11 for my GCSEs. So 5 years I was in Albury. So I started in 2010, okay, and I left in 2015. So 5 years I was there. And when I started my year 7 in Albury, that's when I started my Hifz as well. So I was enrolled into Hafiz's class for the dream. We spent the first 6 months on Qaida just doing the dream, just getting to the basics. So obviously we're thinking, I've done that already, I'm starting the dream all the way back to Qaida. But that was the most fundamental part of my Hifz, getting the dream on point. Once you master the foundations, then the rest becomes very, very easy. If the house has loose foundations, and that's with any aspect of life. If you've got strong foundations, okay, you can build whatever luxury you want on top of that. You can build whatever doors you want, whatever painting you want. But if the foundations are loose, then if you get a strong man coming along, you blow the whole house down. So foundations are the essence of everything that you do in life, whether that's secondary education, whether that's your linear education. So the foundation has to be strong. So we started from the dream. 7, 8, 9, 10. I did a few bars, about 5, 6 bars, on average throughout the years, and I finished my Hifz in year 11. So by the time I did my GCSE exams, I remember it was my last GCSE exam, then 2 days after my Hifz transfer as well. So it was like perfect timing. The only regret I have in my life with Darul was that I missed out too much. Obviously I was young, also meaning myself about that tall, no beard, no nothing, full of ambition, going in the wrong direction. Alhamdulillah, my teachers too support me throughout the whole way. But I used to miss a lot in class, and I didn't give much attention towards the lesson. And it was the same with Hifz class as well. I barely used to read at home. And that's one of the main things, especially when you're doing Hifz. The more you read at home, the more Quran you get. My star taught me goes, repetition is key. With Hifz, repetition is key. Even when you come to year 11, your exams will come in, you think, you're going over the stuff again, I've been through already. No. Repetition is key. The more you go over something in life, the more it embeds at the back of your head. And then maybe you know something there and then. If you've not repeated it, if you go outside, play football, you come back, you think that you've forgotten it. Why? Because it's just over here. It's not going to the back of the head yet. If you go into the App Store, Google Play Store or Apple iPhone, whatever it's called, I'm an Apple person, I'm an Android person, Google Pixel all the way. So when you want to download a new game, so if you want to get Fruit Ninja and anything like that or server, there's 2 steps to downloading. First is downloading, that's where the circle bar comes in. Second is installing. If you go on a computer and you want to download the software, it first downloads the software and then you have to install it with the computer. It's the same with education and with Hifz importantly as well. 2 steps, downloading and then installing. I'll tell you what each step does. When you download something on a computer, if I want to use a new software on a computer, I'll download it there and then it's there. I can use it. There's no harm in that, I can use it. But if I close down that computer and I go away somewhere for half an hour one day and come back the next day, because I didn't install it, it's no longer there. I have to download it again. So downloading places it in there, installing embeds it there. Same with the Hifz. When you learn your sabak, if you can pray your sabak whether it's 1 page, 2 page, okay, full time, once without any mistakes, you think that's it, I know it, yes, you know it. But what have you just done? You've downloaded it into your brain. It's not installed, it's just at the front memory at the moment in time. If you go away, you go sleep, okay, you go play football, eat food, whatever, you come back. Since it wasn't installed at the back of your head, what's going to happen now? You're going to make mistakes. Think, oh, I just learned it, where's it gone? I just learned it, it was just downloaded, not installed. And how do you get from here to the back of your head? That's long-term storage. Short-term storage, long-term storage. How do you do that? Repetition. If you played this book once to teach you without any mistakes whatsoever, you just installed it, you've downloaded it. Now to make sure that it stays there long term, whether I go away for a couple of days, or go away for 1 week, go eat football, so go play football or eat food, and then come back and still know it, you have to read it a few more times, 7 times more. Then it will be installed at the back of your head. And that's installation. And then once it's there, it won't have to go away. Now a lot of you are, inshallah, going to be Hafiz and you're going to be Tawawiz one day as well. Inshallah. And it's the same thing, why do they think that with the fast food Tawawi, they keep reading it? Yeah, we read it once, that's fine. But they keep praying after Maghrib, they have their quick little iftar in, they keep praying it, why? So that it doesn't go away, it installed Quran at the back of your heads, and the Quran that you install at the back of your heads, install it inside you, okay? Embed it inside you, you won't ever forget. Same with education, when it comes to exam time, when it comes to revision, if you go through it all one time, you think, that's it, I know it. No. Keep reading it. Keep reading it, and that will install the information at the back of your head, long-term memory, and in the exams you'll think you know exactly where the text was from. So that's what I did. And then I left my HIFs, I completed my HIFs, and then I wanted to go on to do my A-levels. So I left Albury then. And then that time I was in Bolton, I moved to Bolton, and I started off at UTC College, so it's a University Technical College, and I knew that I've done my HIFs now. That was my download to make sure that I know it for long term. Daytime I used to go college, evening I used to go to Nador, in a local madrasa with Monjanesa. Monjanesa also teaches that down in Bolton. So in the evening he teaches down in Bolton, and daytime down in Bolton, evening he's teaching Nador. He used to go there every single day. So my first day in college I did A-level geography, A-level biology, chemistry and physics. 4 that I chose. For me, the way I functioned was I prefer coursework over exams. And I chose the route, okay, I know what I want to do in life. And the thing about me is I like designing stuff, making stuff, artists in a way. It's like you make machines, okay, you make marketing campaigns, you design stuff. And I knew that I liked the aspect of medical world, okay, medical engineering, designing stuff. I like medicine, I like science, okay. I haven't had great teachers for science, I've started now for science, so he is still a passion of science inside me. So I like science, but I also like building stuff. So then I researched what I wanted to go into, and there was one course that Bradford University was offering, and it was called Clinical Technology. It's the course I'm doing today. So in that, you're designing stuff, and I go a lot more into what the course does and what you do throughout the years. So then I switched to BTEC Applied Science. So switched to BTEC Applied Science is a 2-year course, and in that I did my 2 years of BTEC Applied Science, graduated from college. What was doing my goals? First 2 years in college I was doing my door. My last year of college I started my online class. It's key that we keep both educations with us. You got secondary education and you need education. Why? This education that you learn, okay, your science, your biology, we use it for the betterment of the Ummah. Yes, the Ummah needs scholars, Ummah needs kuffars, we need people like that, but at the same time the Ummah needs scientists, it needs engineers. We need people like this. We look at the time of the Ottomans, okay? The first hospital was in Islam. The first university was in Islam. There was so much that those Muslims contributed to the world. It's about giving back to the world through an Islamic perspective. So you give back to the world whether you're a doctor. There's a lot of need for doctors in the Muslim world, okay? Doctor, you're an engineer, you're a pharmacist, you're a GP, you're a lawyer, whatever you go into, teacher, there's a big demand. There's a big demand for Muslims to go into these fields. But the key is, this field will only last you till when? Do you know? Till you die. After that, what's going to take you? In the hereafter, in your qabr, the life of the grave, the life of the hereafter, Jannah, what's going to take you there? The deen. So yes, so it's key, it's very fundamental that we follow both at the same time, dunya, deen. Both go hand in hand, with the right intention. If your intention is, yeah, I'm becoming one man, that's it, and then I'm going to become a lawyer and earn good money and drive a RS5 out and about you just from Rochdale, that's the wrong intention. Do it while to serve the Ummah. And if you do that, every single day you go to work, every single day you work, any people that you help, it becomes a source of ibadah. It becomes a source of ibadah. You're doing your day-to-day job, you're earning your rosy. Whatever is written from you, it's written. Whether you become a millionaire, it's written. Whether you earn 500 a day, it's written. But how we get that money, that is up to us. Through ahlal in the form of ibadah. And how do we make our day-to-day job ibadah? Why? Because we do it to serve the community. To serve people. That's what our Islam teaches us. To serve people. So it's very key that we have both education hand in hand. Not to be good in one thing and not so right in the other. Both hand in hand. It will serve you a long way in life. Why can't you be an alim and a scholar and a doctor at the same time? It's true, but there's a lot of people that do it, but all it requires is effort. Effort, right intention, and respect. 3 fundamental things. So back to my story of where I was. So then I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to go into building stuff, building medical devices. So then I applied to university. So at that moment in time, I was doing my first year of alim class. Okay, so I kept it throughout. Daytime, keep to secondary education. Evenings, work to my deen. Okay. I completed my first year of alim class. It was at Bolton with one of them, so yourself. And then the closest university that did the course I went to was Bradford University. And at the moment in time, I'm still in my last year of studying clinical technology at Bradford University. And in the evenings, so daytime I was at university, in the evenings I'm going to do my admin class. I kept on with me all the way, okay? Now what I do as a profession, so my degree, we build, so if you go to the hospital, you've got your MRI scanners, CT scanners, X-ray machines, defibrillators, ECG machines that measure your heart rate, everything like that, that goes inside you. Any medical equipment that you see that's a device in the hospital, we designed them. For example, what my project was, a person that's got an amputee arm. So if there was diabetes or whatever's happened to them, they had an arm chopped off. And now instead of just putting a plastic arm that they keep by the side, what we do is we design a custom robotic arm. So who's over here watched Inspector Gadget? Do you guys know what Inspector Gadget is? Yes, yeah. So that's what we build. In essence, that's what we build. We're building Inspector Gadget. So we'll build you an arm, robotic arm, that's got neurons and nerves and sensors that go right into your breathing motors and your nerve system that attaches right into your spinal cord. So a person, if he thinks of moving his arm, just like how you can, if you pull your hand out and you move your hand, I'm thinking I want to close my fist, it's closing. I want to open my fist, it's opening. We do that with robots. So it's a robotic arm built of metal, and you can close it whenever you want because it's controlled by the mind. The mind sends some signals to your spinal cord. I'm sure you must have learned about this, I must have taught you. And in a way, because of your central system inside you, it's built into the device. We can control the full robot arm. That's one of the things that we're building. So it's a lot, and we can give that to a lot. There's so many people in the Muslim Ummah that are needed stuff like this. And there's so much you can go into with my degree. If I wanted to, I can go into design medical equipment. If I wanted to, I can go into organising medical equipment, whether that's in design, production, manufacturing. I can become a medical engineer. So what you do is in a hospital, you sit there, you've got your own room, and any machine that stops working in the hospital, you go repair. So that's one of the careers that you couldn't go into with this degree. What I chose to do myself, so I'm in my last year now, I'm graduating in 3 months' time, inshallah. And that's my secondary education finished. And I had an internship just over Christmas holidays, and that was as a medical device consultant. So what we do is any new machine or any new medical device that comes to market, whether that's the European market, the EU market, the UK market, we have to regulate them. So we will get sent the device, we'll get sent all the documents about the device, we'll read through all the specifications, all the regulations, make sure it's EU compliant, make sure it's fit to work in the UK, make sure it abides by the laws. When we review it, we send it to the governing body, MHRA. And what they is, and we say whether yes, the device can be used in hospital, or no, the device cannot be used in hospital. So that's what the part of the career that I've chosen. Design medical devices, that's what I've chosen for my secular education. But at the same time, as soon as I graduate, I'm going to continue my admin class. I keep that hand in hand because I know that this education advice is only going to last me to my grave. In Jannah, we don't need medical engineers, we don't need lawyers, we don't need doctors because you're not going to get in Jannah. But what we need in Jannah? Iman, the deen. Do it, if not for yourself, for your children. Your children will think, look, my dad, he became an alim, and now he's got a good job as well. Hand in hand, both of them go hand in hand. Knowledge is key. Learning knowledge is key. Because what you pass knowledge on to your generations to come. You're not alim, at the same time, you serve your community. You can work day to day. Day to day, you can work as a lawyer or a doctor, whatever. In the evening, teach Muslim. You can do it. There's no jobs out there. There's so much that even just with the alim course you can do it to. You go to Islamic finance. You get all that information. Islamic finance, you go to Islamic law, you go to Islamic rulings, teaching maktab, teaching madrasas, develop curriculum, start schools yourself. Inspire the new generation, because after we go, who's going to inspire the next generation to come? Start teaching. Go in the steps of your teachers. Alhamdulillah, my teachers taught me. And now, alhamdulillah, I'm in a position after I graduate, I want to teach kids as well. It's a full cycle that we're following over here. It's a full cycle. And that's my education and my dunya aspect and my deen. Now, along with that, on the part-time, I want to do more in my life. I like keeping myself busy. So there's a few adventures that I've done, alhamdulillah, so I started doing machines. And I've been seeing machines since I was a kid. And then I went professional in 2016, my first year of college. Alhamdulillah, I released 3-4 singles online on YouTube. Some have got millions of views on the Nasheed Sterling channel. Who's heard of the channel called the Nasheed Sterling? So one of my Nasheed's on there, and I get to that channel as well, so I actually work for that channel as well now. I work for them as well. So I started Nasheeds. And I do events all over, then I've toured in all of the UK. Who's heard of Sheikh Ahmadullah Awan? You guys heard of him? Yeah, all of you. So I had a full UK tour with him. We went there, we did every single day was different cities, I had a full UK tour. And then I went to Dubai and met him over there as well. So I've toured the UK, I've toured Germany, France, Pakistan, Dubai, Bahrain. So I get called for events all over the time. Traveling day and it's amazing. So every single weekend I've got an event. Next weekend I've got an event in Bolton. Weekend after that I've got an event in Newcastle. And the beauty about this is you meet a lot of people, you meet a lot of reciters, people with millions of followers, millions of views on YouTube. You sit with them, you travel with them. It's an experience of traveling life. It's a beautiful experience, alhamdulillah. So I started doing Nasheeds, alhamdulillah. Currently I'm working on my album. And I've got a few Nasheeds left to record. And inshallah by the end of this year, 2022, I'll be launching my album online as well. So that's Nasheeds I started doing. Along with that, I started teaching tuition. I started teaching Quran in tuition. One of my students, so I did Hifz in the Al-Bari. Now my teacher taught me with good tajweed. Now alhamdulillah I teach Hifz as well on the weekends in Bolton. And whilst I was in Bolton, I used to be nearly every single day to teach Hifz in the evenings. And one of my students, if you put the right effort in, alhamdulillah, he did 15 paras with me in 6 months. He started with me when he was on 14 paras, and he needed to get ready. By 6 months, he finished the Quran. It was a one-on-one effort. So it's not about what we think that we can't do. It's a scientific fact. Do you know when you learn and you think that that's it, I've given up, there's something much I can do? Do you know that's your brain telling you I can't do it? Why? In reality, you've only done 30%. If you're jogging, if you are about exercise, it's a scientific fact that when we think that's it, I'm giving up, I can't do no more. In reality, you're only 30% there. You can go 70% more. Imagine you're only learning 1.5 pages a day, yeah? 1.5 pages, and you think that's it, I can't do it anymore. In reality, if you put your mind to it, you can do 4 pages a day. Who's stopping you? That's the question. Who is stopping you from doing more? Anyone stopping you? No one but yourself. No one but your own self-doubt. And that will be the biggest speed bump in your journey of life. People think it's hard to do education and alim class at the same time. No. There's people that have done it who have put their mind to it. The minds of people think anything that you put your mind to, you can achieve. Anything. There's people that have gone to moon, people that are Hafiz, Qari, alim, whatever. There's people that do Hifz in 1 year. Why? They like you and me. They eat the same thing as you and me, Dr. Salim. They play. But what have they done? They put their mind to. Anything you put your mind to, Einstein with his degrees, people do PhDs, doctors and all that, you can do it. Why? If you put your mind to it. And along with putting your mind to it, there's only one thing, one key thing that comes along with it. Time management. The way you manage your time is key. If you spend all day messing about, you won't get time to do nothing. You've got 24 hours a day, okay? In that, let's say we spend 6-7 hours sleeping. Nice, get nice, good sleeping, gym, butter and fry, whatever you want to do, okay, we're not really, or going to Paris and all that. Then let's say you take a couple of hours just for eating and drinking and all that, playing. You've got 100 hours left. You can do your deen inside that. You can do your dunya inside that, your hifz. You've got time to, let's say, spend 1 hour to chill inside that. And then you can pick up your hobby. Whether it's calligraphy, whether it's recording, whether it's Quran. You can make a full career out of this. There's people that make full careers out of this, alhamdulillah, and now they live a good life. They've got the whole dunya aspect calculated, and the deen aspect calculated as well. So it's whatever you put your mind to, you can do. And time management is key, so that's one thing I do. Then I realised I've got a bit more time, I can do something else. Then I started learning how to do audio editing. So before, when I used to record my Nasheeds, I used to go to a studio, and it was very pricey. They used to charge £65 an hour just to record a Nasheed. Now, to record a Nasheed in studio, who's got an idea of how many hours it takes? An average? 3 hours? 5 to 7? More than that?
15.
Around 15. It takes 15 to 20 hours to record a Nasheed. It's a lot of time. It's over a course of a couple of days. So you don't go studio one day and record, no. There's a lot of days. I was teaching you how she's recorded, so all the sheep that you hear online, merciful servant, Muhammad al-Muqeed. Who's that Muhammad al-Muqeed over here? Very famous. Guess how long it takes him to record a sheep? 30 hours. Now, one sheep, 30 hours of recording. You think, how does it take so long? He's just sing it. No. Do you know how many days that the sheep has? That one is vocal, backing vocal. So, who's heard of the sheep called? Guess how many layers that sheep has got? Who can guess? How many layers of vocals that she's vocals only? So we don't use music on the sheets, we use vocals on just the throat. How many layers that sheep has got?
3 to 5.
More than that. 50? No, not that much.
20.
More than that.
24.
Bit more than that.
32.
Very close. 30. 30 layers. And teach you all the layers. Firstly, you go in, you got to set the tempo. At what speed you're going to recite at. So he can't go one verse fast, second verse slow. He messes up the whole rhythm. Every single verse has to hit bang on point. That's the first. That's just rehearsals, yeah, okay? Takes a few hours to rehearse it to the point, okay? Then you're going to go in and create the backing track. So obviously we don't use music in our sheets, so we want to make it nice and lively. So we do. So if I'm singing, Ya Ilahi, and the back goes, chorus, and all those put together, that's called harmonizing. So we've got 25 different layers of harmonies put together, and every single harmony has to be second bang on perfect. It has to be pitch bang on perfect, okay? So it's high pitch, low pitch, it has to match. Put them all together, then record it verse by verse. Then if you want a chorus, how is it done? You don't get 6 of Ahmadullah standing next to me. So who knows the difference between a chorus, like a verse and a chorus? Who knows? The difference between a verse and a chorus. Anyone have an idea? Right, look. Chorus is repeated, yeah. So a chorus sounds like there's 6, 7 people singing at the same time. But there's not 6, 7 Ahmadullah singing at the same time. So how do we do it? We record it and record it again. And record it again. Each time it's a different person. And each time we sing it at one note, either higher or lower, to make sure it harmonizes. And you have to hit all of those bang on perfect, and that's how you record a sheet. So it's a lot of work to record a sheet. And I found that interesting. Instead of spending 30 hours in the studio, calculated at about £65 an hour, it comes to hundreds of pounds, if not thousands, to record a sheet. So what I started doing in my spare time, I started learning the whole software. In my spare time, learning the full software, how to record. I thought, forget this, I'm going to record my own machines. I'm going to record my own machines. So I learned the software. And I learned it whilst I was in college. My day-to-day routine would be, you wake up in the morning, pray Fajr, you do your door in the morning, you go to Quran in the morning, then you go college. From college, straight to Ali class. From Ali class, come home, eat something, do my college homework, do my Ali class homework. By that time, it will be about 9 PM. Okay? Then I'll start to sit to learn the softwares, do tutorials, what softwares, courses online. I do that until 2 AM in the morning. Everyone's thinking, I'm there learning. I'm learning how to master the art of recording. Go sleep at 2 AM, next morning wake up about 6 AM. 5 hours sleep. That's all I have for 3 years. Why? Because I wanted to push further in my life. Learn that skill. At the same time, I started learning to market it. My first issue that I put out, I remember my first issue that I put out, I was so excited. Like, yes, I'm going to click release, I'm going to get 1 million views straight away. Did that happen? No. I got 30,000 views, that's it. From the money expected machine, I got 30,000 views. And it happens, but the key is that you don't give up. And I thought to myself, where am I going wrong? I thought all this money, it sounds beautiful, it sounds better than the ones online. They've got millions of views, why haven't I got millions of views yet? The second thing is, production is marketing. What's 20% production, 80% marketing. Oh, well, you know what? I actually learned actual marketing as well. If I want millions of views, if you want to get somewhere in life, you got to learn the skills in life. I started learning how to market stuff, how to run campaigns. I started marketing my own material on Instagram and Facebook and that. I started marketing myself. So I'm learning all these skills out there in my free time. And how can I do that with? Time management. Now, alhamdulillah, I run my own studio company. So now I have to the point now where I've got producers working under me, My head studio called Ahmadullah Studios, we're based in Manchester. It's just near Piccadilly Studios. It's like Piccadilly Station. That's where my studio is. We started off from my bedroom, and now we've got a full studio. If you go there, it stays there, Ahmadullah Studios, okay? I've got my own recording booth over there. Next year, I've got my own marketing office. So now I run my own recording studio company. I'm head of marketing for the Merciful Service. So like I say, Merciful Servant, yeah? They came to me with a campaign saying that you do marketing. Could you come to market this one campaign for us? The way you market a campaign is, for example, if Merciful Servant, if they're putting some Nasheed out or putting out a Sahaba series, they'll give it to me saying they've got £1,000. From that, we want you to spend for people. Do you know what adverts are? That's what marketing is. You create adverts. Create some adverts for Facebook, some adverts for YouTube, some for Google. So do you know at the beginning of, so if you go to YouTube and you're making a video and that sort of short ad that comes at the beginning, you get what I mean? Don't you? We create those ads for charities, for campaigns. Okay? So that's how you allocate your budget. And then you see how much revenue came in, how many people clicked on it, and that's what marketing is. Alhamdulillah, it went well, then they gave me a job. So the Merciful Servant, they gave me a job saying that if you could become part of our marketing team. I go, that's fine. And within time, I excelled. Now, alhamdulillah, I'm head of marketing for Merciful Servant. So any campaign that you put out, it comes to me. Then I'll allocate, okay, we've got £5,000 spent on Sahaba series, okay, so at the moment they're marketing on Sahaba series. It came to me two days ago. They're going to £5,000. From £5,000, I'm going to spend £2,000 on YouTube, £1,000 on Snapchat, £1,000 on Google, £1,000 on Facebook, and £1,000 on Instagram. You create the advert. That's marketing for you. So in that way, what you do, you've got your deen aspect sorted, you've got your education going, I'm doing a degree. Then I've got my deen aspect sorted as well, so my alim class, my hifz, alhamdulillah, every single day of Quran, alhamdulillah, you have to keep on top of your hifz. Becoming a Hafiz is very easy. Staying a Hafiz is very hard. Because you're not in a routine anymore. You have to do it from your own self-consciousness. No one says, well, after you have to leave the class, someone's going to say, better read. Here, you don't have to go read to yourself. Then it comes upon yourself. Without discipline and a good time management scheme, you won't be the Quran daily. You do that, then I've got to go into businesses as well now. So I'm head of marketing. I also do sheets as well. And on top of that, I've got a teach tuition. So it's 5, 6 things that I do at the same time. So this is with life. And this is what you do in life. So alhamdulillah, my aim is, so obviously I've got ambitions. I want to retire by the age of 40. That's my plan. I want to retire by the age. After the age of 30, I don't work a single day. I just want to sit there, relax, spend my time teaching, with my family, with my kids, whatever it is. Go holidays here and there, travel the world, go Malaysia, go America, Brazil, whatever. By the age of 40, I want to retire. And how is that going to happen? If I sit, relax, spend time to chill and all that, am I going to make it? Will I hit my target? Will I hit my goals? No. It requires effort. And effort is a core fundamental thing, okay? 3 things. If you want to be successful in life, whether it's dunya, deen, businesses, whatever, 3 fundamental things. Number 1, intention. Have your intention sincere. Do it just for the sake of Allah. I've told you how to make intention sincere for working. Don't do it for the money. Whether you earn £2,000 a day or £3,000 a day, do it on earning halal income and do it to serve the ummah. Every job, whether you're making coffee at Costa or whether you're a doctor, you're serving people. Do with that intention, okay? First thing. Second thing comes under that is respect. Respect the knowledge that you're learning. Respect the teachers that are teaching you. They put in time and day in, day out. Why? Who's going to benefit? They care about you or not. Second thing is respect. Third thing, the last one you've got to do, effort. Effort and sacrifice. These 3 are the 3 fundamental rules for success. For I believe success, okay? What was it? Who can remember them? Anyone?
Intention.
Intention is the first one. What's the second one?
Respect.
Respect. So, and the last one? Effort. Intention, respect, effort. Everything is supported to place. You have this in life, you be successful in everything you do. Show us some machines.
everyone.
The way of the tears.
The way of the tears. I don't know that machine. Inshallah, but I'll do some of those inshallah. So, the machines that I like to The way I like to sing Nasheed, it's not fun if I just sit here and sing the Wave of Tears. It's a nice, very soothing Nasheed. By the time I finish, the back half has fallen asleep and snoring. It's a very slow and mellow Nasheed. The way I like to sing Nasheed, I do ones with an upbeat chorus, and everyone joins in, inshallah. You guys gonna join in? Inshallah. Inshallah. So the first one I'll do, this is one of my Nasheeds that I released 2 years ago on the Muslim Civic channel. And it's hitting close to 4 million views now. So it's called Allah. So start with the praise of Allah. So who's the Nasheed that goes? Allahu, 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 Allah. What is it? Right, so you've got no excuse, you have to do anything. So you know the words, Allah's name, you know the melody. I'll start you off. If you know the melody, join inshallah. Okay? Allahu, 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 Allah. Allahu, 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 Allah. Everyone as loud as you can. Allahu, 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 Allah. Allahu, 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 Allah. الصبح بدا من طلعته والليل دجى من وفراته. الله 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 فمحمدنا هو سيدنا فالعز لنا لإجابته. As loud as you can. Allahu, 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 Allah. Allahu, 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 Allah. Allahu, 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 Allah. favorites I recite. It's called Salatul Badriya. Chorus is very simple. It goes Salatullah, Salamullah, ala Taha, Rasulillah. Salatullah, Salamullah, ala Yasin Habibillah. Who's heard this usually before? Just a show of hands. Not sure. So a lot of you have heard it before. It's very, very simple. So I'll start off. The people do know it. Start with me, inshallah. And then once you know the chorus, very simple. Once you know the melody, join me, inshallah. Okay? Salatullah, Salamullah, ala Taha, Rasulillah. Salatullah, Salamullah, ala Yasin Habibillah, ala Yasin Habibillah. Everyone together. Salatullah, Salamullah, ala Taha, Rasulillah. Salatullah, Salamullah, ala Yasin Habibillah, ala Yasin Habibillah. توسلنا ببسم الله وبالهدي رسول الله وكل مجاهد لله بأهل البدر يا الله. We seek our way with Bismillah and with the guide Rasulillah, and all who strive in the way of Allah, the people of Badr ya Allah. Everyone together. Salatullah, Salamullah, ala Taha, Rasulillah. Salatullah, Salamullah, ala Yasin Habibillah, ala Yasin Habibillah. إلهي سلم الأمة من الآفات والنقمة ومن هم ومن غم بأهل البدر يا الله. Oh my Lord, keep your people free from hardship and adversity, from fear and sorrow and anxiety. Free love for the people of Badr ya Allah. Salatullah, Salamullah, ala Taha, Rasulillah. Salatullah, Salamullah, ala Yasin Habibillah, ala Yasin Habibillah. One time together, as long as you can. Salatullah, Salamullah, ala Taha, Rasulillah. Salatullah, Salamullah, ala Yasin Habibillah, ala Yasin Habibillah. One of the Nasheed, inshallah. This is a very, very, very famous Nasheed. Who is a Nasheed called Qamarun? Yeah, you know that. Teachers, you guys know this one? Inshallah, so everyone join, inshallah. Okay, it's a very big famous Nasheed. Qamarun means the moon. For Prophet his face is more radiant than the moon, inshallah. So this one I want everyone to join, inshallah. Okay? Beautiful. قمرون قمرون قمر سيدنا النبي قمرون الله الله وجميل وجميل وجميل
قمرون 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 سيدنا النبي قمرون الله الله وجميل 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 سيدنا النبي وجميل ولا ظل له بل كان نورا الله الله تنال الشمس منه والبذور الله الله ولا ظل له بل كان نورا الله الله تنال الشمس منه والبذور الله الله ولم يكن الهدى لولا ظهورا ولم يكن الهدى لولا ظهورا ولم يكن الهدى لولا ظهورا حبيب الله يا خير البرى يا قمرون قمرون سيدنا النبي قمرون الله الله وجميل 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 سيدنا النبي وجميل وكف المصطفى كالورد نادي الله الله وعطرها يبقى إذا مستها يادي الله الله وكف المصطفى كالورد نادي الله الله وعطرها يبقى إذا مستها يادي الله الله ولم يكن الهدى لولا ظهورا ولم يكن الهدى لولا ظهورا ولم يكن الهدى لولا ظهورا حبيب الله يا خير البرى يا قمرون 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 سيدنا النبي قمرون الله الله وجميل 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 سيدنا النبي وجميل. One last time, let's start this, everyone. قمرون